Hi kids, next we will see what is meant by reference point and what is meant by position of the object. So reference point is nothing but a fixed point. Fixed point is considered as a reference point. For example, when you draw a graph, mostly we take this point which is center where both the lines are crossing. This we take as a reference point which is nothing but 0, 0. For example, 5 centimeter or each column is having 1 centimeter and 5 centimeter, then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How we are counting with respect to the 0 point? Means 0, 0. Any direction, if you take one point which is fixed as a reference point, based on that point's position only, we start counting the next one. So that point is known as a reference point. So what is reference point? Reference point is nothing but the fixed point. For example, from the pillar I am moving. So that pillar is known as your reference point. I start moving from the pillar. If you say that pillar is nothing but your reference point. So reference point is nothing but a point which is fixed. That is your reference point. So based on the reference point only, we will be able to say what is meant by the position of the object. The distance and the direction of the object with respect to the reference point at any instant of time. Very, very important. The distance and the direction of the object with respect to the reference point at any instant of time gives the position of the object at that instant of time. So for example, I started from the pillar at 5 a.m. in the morning. You say I started from the pillar at 5 a.m. in the morning. Then I reached the metro station at 7 a.m. So what you have taken? At 5 a.m. I started from the pillar and I reached the metro station at 7 a.m. So you are calculating your distance and the direction. Means I moved from left to right. Means from pillar to the metro station towards left. I started moving at 5 a.m. Then I reached the metro station at 7 a.m. So here two parameters you are considering. One is the reference point where you have started, from which point you started calculating your steps. So that pillar is known as your reference point and the destination is your metro station. With respect to the time you are calculating your distance and direction. So 5 a.m. I was at the pillar and 7 a.m. I reached the metro station. Instead of time is nothing but where you are. What is your position? So to know my position, I need one more parameter which is known as your time. So I repeat, what is meant by position? The distance and the direction of the object with respect to the reference point. In this case, what is your reference point? The pillar is your reference point. At any instant of time gives the position of the object at that instant of time. 5 a.m. I started, 7 a.m. I reached the metro station, 6 a.m. I was midway. So with respect to what we are calculating, the position is known as position of the object with respect to the time. So very, very important parameter what we have to consider is at that instant of time where you are. That gives the position of the object. One is your reference point, another one is instant of time. So I repeat, a reference point is nothing but your fixed point and the position of the object, in which direction, what is your distance covered by, what is the distance covered by the object. So those things are calculated with respect to two things. One is the reference point, another one instant of time. Thank you.